Hey everyone. A little bit of a misleading title. Nothing really has evolved about Cold War. Just my views since I haven't done a Cold War video, I don't think, since the first day it launched. Just wanted to share some thoughts as I've gone through some of the eras. I'm only in Era 2. What I've learned in Era 2 is that the 72 AV is probably the most broken tank in any tier in the game. I mean, you can kill it, but it's way too fast, way too armored. They're probably going to have to nerf it. And also the M60 stock is not as bad as people led me to believe, so that was a nice surprise. But mostly this is going to be around Era 1. That's what the gameplay is here. And just some thoughts on how you can be successful in Cold War. What are some of the advantages of playing Cold War? And then some of the things I've heard that people don't like. Just kind of chat about that. I mean, it's not perfect. The first challenge is just player population, right? So Era 1 is pretty well populated. You won't see too many bots. But Era 2 has been a lot of bots, which, funny enough, are better than a lot of the people that play. Like, statistically, I'm not just being a jerk. And Era 3, I'm not in, but I've heard there's not enough people to play it. So, you know, maybe as folks advance lines, that will change. But, you know, for now, if you want the Cold War experience, I really do recommend just play what you're grinding. But Era 1 seems to be where it's more fun. There's more people. And one of the advantages right now is that even without premium tanks, you can make a ton of silver in this game mode, especially with the stock, like just stock tanks. M46, the T44, I mean, if you have a decent round in that thing, you can make 100,000 silver with the current bonuses, some of which are going to be permanent, so they say. We'll see. My goal is to go up all the lines, keep the top era tank in each line in 3 market, just for fun. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. I like to take the town because it gives you a lot of options for true vision. As you can see, it's not really working out here. I'm not trying to be in this guy's way, but he won't move, and I can't turn. The pattern's not particularly fast. So I'm gonna get punished, and I deserve it. And yeah, now there's this guy. All right. One thing I gotta point about Cold War: if you're gonna brawl, you know, fine, but you really want to be available late game, because with True Vision you can just pick people apart and just drain their hit points, get those high damage games, and just make hundreds of thousands of silver. So I decide I'm gonna leave. It's only one guy and the other folks are up there. They'll take care of them. I want to move back and I want to get in position to support the team for the longer term. One of the complaints, I guess, that I've heard about Cold War is it gets campy. I actually disagree with this. You will find people camping, but because of True Vision, it's not as easy just to sit back and just shoot and shoot and shoot. You can always get shot back if you can be seen. And beyond that, the most success I've had with Cold War is playing pretty aggressive, actually, and I've noted this with some of the folks I platoon with. I don't like to sit back and camp way in the back line just using True Vision. I want to push up to a spot where I can just continuously bounce, like off this T44. That's just bad luck. The Patton actually has a good gun. But aggressive positions that allow me to control as much of the map as possible. And, you know, even with True Vision, you can't discount view range. So I have this thing decked out for view range and everything else. I run food. Just remember that when a target is spotted, bots or your teammates are more likely to start shooting them too. So if you can be the one that is spotting, it's still very valuable in this game mode, especially when you can't hit the side of a barn like me. I have not had very good accuracy so far. But patience is also a little bit more important than it is in World War II mode. My favorite part of this mode is that there's no artillery. I don't think it's a surprise if you watch any of my videos. I think artillery's trash. I don't blame people for playing it. It's in the game, but it doesn't add to the experience. It just takes away from actual tank battle. So I've needed silver. I've been really silver poor, so that's what started me doing Cold War. And then I've just actually kind of liked the gameplay because I don't have to worry about somebody sitting in the back of the map dropping a nuke on me. I can actually duke it out with other tanks. So. And like I said, Era 1, if you're playing peak times, it doesn't seem to have many bots, so you're still playing real people. The other eras, you know, can be a lot of bots. I ended up getting the M60 Rise, which is a Era 2 premium. and I got it because you can make 1 to 400,000 silver per match. But I admit playing it is kind of dicey if you're looking for good gameplay at a peak hours, because it's going to be you and like, you know, a couple other people and then like 20 bots, which it's not really my cup of tea, to be honest. Can't really pad stats though, because everybody else is doing it too. So just something to keep in mind. I know people like to say, oh, you know, you go down in tier 2 and beat. Oh yeah, if you play tier 2, that's trash. I mean, that is padding stats because nobody plays it anymore. But you know, all the relative values that are calculated, everybody's in the same boat here. So if you, I've found that how good you are in World War II generally is about how good you are in this as well. It's so for people who are looking to pad stats, probably not your best idea. For people looking to pad their silver wallet, this is definitely the place to go. So you can see I'm being really patient. These guys pop up, I take a shot. There's nobody really in position to shoot at them elsewhere. But they're not looking at me. I haven't been hit. I'm just gonna keep doing it. Take this guy out. It's really becomes a game of attrition. With everybody being able to see everybody everywhere, you got to be really cautious about what you're doing. So I make this move because I need to take this guy out. I need to get into a position where I'm going to be able to help up here. We're running out of tanks faster than they are. So one of the things in Cold War you might notice when you play it too is that all the tanks seem faster. It's because they all have a lot more horsepower, especially fully upgraded. So some of the tanks are painfully slow until you buy the engine upgrade, and it may not look like a lot of difference, but you know, like the M48 is a totally different tank once you upgrade the engine. And actually, much like the M48 in World War II mode, this seems to be my favorite tank. I just love the M48 patent. I don't know, can't help it. It is an example of a tank that is very powerful. So this, if you want to club seals, you can do it with this tank. It is a really good tank when it's fully upgraded, but it's not unbalanced because it's still kind of slow. It doesn't feel overpowered like the 72AV in Era 2 does. That tank is just dummy proof from what I can tell. So, you know, the nice thing about this tank, fully upgraded though, is the turret is very good. You can really do hold down well. The gun's super accurate, which I love. Although, you know, you saw that I missed a whole bunch of shots in the beginning, so nothing's perfect. And you don't really have to shoot too much premium, which is good because, again, you know, the aforementioned silver earnings. So now we're getting down to the wire here. I see that we've lost even more tanks. I'm not particularly confident in my team's ability to pull this one off. So I'm kind of figuring, where do I want to go? I know somebody's under me. I definitely don't have the gun depression here. However, it's not really looking at me. So I want to kind of pop down, shoot, and back up. And hopefully get rid of this tank to even the numbers up a little bit more. But then somebody comes around the corner, and I decide I've had enough of them. So yeah, we're gonna take this guy out. We're getting closer, so 5-on-3 now. This tank also has a good amount of ammo. I've almost run out of it though, because remember, you're gonna shoot more in Cold War because you don't lose sight of tanks, and you're probably gonna be shooting more at long-range engagement ranges. So you kind of have to be cautious you don't run out. Challenge here now is we have quite a few tanks left on the board, and capping noise pops. So now I'm concerned I'm not in a really good position to defend, but I also don't want to get killed by being too aggressive and leaving. So he didn't spot me there. This is where I'm saying that view range comes in to be important. A lot of people still rely on it, but I did spot him. So no, they're not capping right now. It's 3-on-4. Team's over there again. Patience. I'm going to see if I can help him a little bit. This is I only have one APCR left. I should have switched to it, but this is where I wish I had APCR, right? So there's a little, you can't really make it out because it's really far away, but you can see I'm breaking like a little wall. Those APCR shots would have gone right through and hit him, but I'm pretty much down to my heat. So that's a great move that guy just did, but he didn't take damage. So I really want to protect the teammate I have left. Unfortunately, that shot bounces, and I think he's gonna get killed here. But oddly enough, this guy stops aiming at the teammate that's there. I don't know. It's very strange. So take this guy out, and then we have that object left, but we got to now move to decap. Now I see that it's just me and one other guy, and I see that he starts moving towards the cap as well. So with 1.5 minutes, we can make it. I really do wish they would increase the cap timer on some of these larger maps, to be honest, but this isn't too critical. I take a risk here because I have to get off this hill, and I do take some damage, although it seemed pretty smooth, and what are you gonna do? This guy is with me on this. I can see he's coming over to decap, so I'm gonna swing around. The left side of this rock is actually a really good place to defend cap because there is hold down opportunities. This is going to be really close. It's only 16 left, so I got to make sure I pen. I'm not going to use HE. I just, you know, just have to make sure I pen this. So zoom in, kill. All right, good. So there's still 2 left though. I see he goes around to the right. That's actually a really smart move by him. This guy was a good teammate. He played it smart too. He didn't get killed or anything and leave me with two people to fight. So just gonna, you know, no one can one-shot me. I'm not worried about that. This thing does have pretty good armor. So I'm just gonna play it smart, not hurry or panic or rush. Hopefully my teammate can do his job. I'm gonna take that guy out, and we have a double kill right at the end. So Ominous Train, you're awesome teammate. Dude, that was great. There's some GGs and everything. But you can see it says a strong tank, and Patience led me to 8 kills and 7,100 damage. And even using a lot of premium, because I kind of had to there, I ran out of the other stuff at the end, I still made about 50,000. So, you know, this game mode, it's different. Some people don't like it. For silver grinding, I've been enjoying it. For playing no Arty in Era 1, I've been enjoying it. And the M48A5 is a great tank. It's fun. So, I don't know. I mean, it's easy to be negative on it. I get it. Get a platoon, go play, you know, see if you need silver, play like 20 rounds and see how much silver you make and if it changes your mind at all. But yeah, you know, not for everybody, but I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. So good luck, and yeah, maybe I'll make a video if I can 3-mark this thing. Take care.